Hello and welcome. My name is Peter. I'm the solo developer behind Growlery Games, and in this video, we're going to go over the initial numbers after releasing Growlery's first game demo, Risk and Riches. I'm also going to go over the playtest numbers as well as an added bonus. So let's dive in. Alright, starting with the Steam numbers. So downloads for the demo. I check the numbers almost every day, at least every day at work. That's how I start my day, is I check email, check YouTube, check Steam, and now I check itch.io as well. See how things are moving, see if there's comments, things like that. So I know that this number jumped within the last day or two. 555 downloads, or at least people who have claimed the demo. That is mostly from one or two bots. They're definitely not all real people. The actual downloads is closer to the 18 unique users who have actually downloaded the demo. So that 555, I don't know exactly what day it jumped. It's the last couple of days, like I said, but I know that it's not that high. It's closer to 18, so maybe 20 people have claimed the demo, 18 of them actually downloaded it. So of the 18 that have downloaded the game, 17 of them are being tracked by Steam. I don't know if it's taking one off because it's not including me in the data. That would be nice if that was what was happening, but it could also be that 18 people downloaded it, but only 17 people have opened it so far. But of the 17 that it's tracking, the average playtime is 1 hour and 17 minutes, and the median playtime is 30 minutes. I keep looking down because I have notes down here. The median playtime of 30 minutes is actually pretty good. According to Chris Sikowski, who I've referenced several times here, howtomarketagame.com, he puts he tiers the median playtime in one particular article that he did relative to how well those games did later on and for revenue. And it's not an immediate thing. Just because it does good on this one metric doesn't guarantee success. But he puts silver at 18 minutes of median playtime for a demo, and gold at 38 minutes. So 30 minutes, definitely reaching towards the gold end of his tier that he has. And for just some external reference, because you wouldn't know this unless you downloaded the demo, which I encourage you to do if you haven't already, is there is a bug report and feedback button. So far I haven't received anything. Fingers crossed, means no bugs, but I am open to feedback for sure. I actually do know that there's a minor bug that I need to fix, but there aren't any major bugs. I'm pretty confident about that. So far that seems to be holding true. So gameplay time is the best metric that I have to go by. I didn't bother doing analytics for this game. In my opinion, it wasn't going to be worth it. For larger games and studios to have the time, sure, data is always great. I'm a big data person, but it's not worth the time and potential costs to try and do some internal analytics tracking and stuff like that. So expanding on the playtime, so with the 17 people that are being tracked, 61% of them have played the game for 10 minutes or more, 49% have played it for 30 minutes or more, 36% have played it for 60 minutes or more, and 17% have played it for 2 hours or more. Now, 6 people have only played the game for less than 10 minutes. I'm guessing most, and these are small numbers, so most is 4 or 5 of the 6, probably downloaded the game, opened it just to make sure everything was working, closed it, planned to come back and play later. At least that's my hope. We'll see if I'll be able to see, tell that later on if the play times adjust higher. But I'm guessing also one or two of those people downloaded the demo, opened it up, clearly wasn't for them, and got rid of it, which is fine. That's what the point of the demo is. So what has me excited is that there are 7 people who have played the game for a pretty long amount of time. So one person played it for about an hour, 2 people played it for about 2 hours, and 4 people have played the demo for 3 hours or more. And the demo is a pretty good chunk of the game. In terms of like how much playtime there is there, I debated on having as much in it as I do, but it's a roguelike game, so it's, there's repetitiveness to it, so playtime is going to be a little higher. Anyways, we'll see how it does, and at the end, if I feel like maybe I'm losing conversions because people are getting enough in the demo and then not purchasing the game later on. But that's a problem for another day. But 3 hours or more, even 2 hours, I can start a new game up in the demo and basically finish the demo in about 2 hours. So I'm guessing the people who are at the 3 hours or more, they've finished the demo and are either restarting it or just replaying, over and over again, all buffed up. It's a roguelike game, which, roguelike versus roguelike, it's pretty ambiguous. There's not a major consensus on, what's the difference. But for me, roguelike is more open-ended. Roguelite, there's more of a conclusion. So there's a build-up and conclusion. And Risk and Riches is roguelite. There is a point where you have beat the final boss and you can keep replaying, but there's a point where you've kind of accomplished everything and likely at that point seen everything, and my hope is it's several hours. I view this game when it's completed to be kind of palate cleanser. You could sink a couple weekends into it or a week or two into it in between playing some larger games. But I'm very encouraged and excited that people are playing already 3 hours or even 2 or 1 hour into the demo. Wish there were more downloads, but it's been less than a week and I haven't done a lot of marketing and pushing this out yet. So looking at wish lists, I'm sorry, first I want to talk about itch.io. So for itch, I haven't had a page up on itch or anything like that. I have had my Steam page for quite some time. So for itch, the demo was kind of also the launch of the page on there. I've had 49 views of the page since putting it up, and I've had 6 downloads for the demo. And the demo, lots of graphs and stuff coming up on the screen as I'm talking. But if you haven't noticed, the demo came out last Thursday, which would have been November 7th. So a week from this video being up, but I'm recording this on the 13th. So it's been about 6 days that the demo has been out so far. So 49 people have viewed the itch.io page, 6 have downloaded it. It's 12%, kind of conversion rate there. I don't have anything at the moment to compare that to. I don't know if that's good or bad. I expect the itch numbers to be, very low compared to Steam, just in terms of the difference in users and the user base. But we'll see how that goes. It is obviously 6 more, so that means 24 people total have downloaded the game in the last 6 days. I don't have any additional data on the itch numbers because If you're not familiar with itch.io, you just download the files directly, so there's no management of anything like with Steam, so there's no back-end data that I'm getting from itch, and like I said, I didn't bother to put any of the analytics stuff in Risk and Riches, maybe in a future game, but for this one, it just wasn't worth it for me. Wish lists. So what does all that translate into wish lists? Definitely was a bump. Small bump, but relative to what I had, it actually was pretty big for the last 6 days. So on the day that the demo was released, I had 10 new wish lists. The next day was 8 new wish lists, then 2 new wish lists, then 5 new wish lists, and then I lost one, and then I gained one. So the last couple days was just kind of a wash. But that's 25 net new wish lists over since releasing the demo, which is a quarter of what I previously had for a wish list. So when the demo was launched, I had 97 wish lists, and then I gained another 25, so we're at 122 right now. That's small numbers, but that 25 gain is pretty big, considering that I was at 97 ahead of that. And we'll see if things, right now it's just kind of organic, and we'll see if maybe the last couple of days were off days, and we'll pick up some more wish lists going forward. But one of the things that I didn't do, that I planned on doing and wanted to do, but then kind of life got in the way, was a press release for the demo launch. I did a press release for the Steam page and trailer launch, the initial alpha trailer, and it didn't really get picked up anywhere. It got picked up. It got put in one. I'm failing to figure out a good way to describe it, but basically, it's a website where journalists and people who blog and stuff go to find information. That website posted it, and I did get some emails from people soliciting things because of that, but general users didn't really see it. I did learn recently that the alpha trailer got picked up by this organization that archives game trailers and game announcements and stuff on YouTube. It's not really a place where they get a lot of views. I think one person had watched the alpha trailer on their YouTube channel, but that's what happened with my initial press release for the launch. Given that, I would guess that odds are if I had done a press release, not much would be different. I'm still not a recognized studio or figure, so most websites and blogs and magazines would kind of ignore the press release. But who knows? I'll never know because I didn't do it. You should do press releases. They don't take that much time or effort. But I didn't get to do it for this one, and now it's kind of too late because the cat's out of the bag. But one of the things that I haven't done yet and am going to do is reach out to YouTubers and content creators because I have a actual demo that they could potentially play, and I didn't reach out to them immediately. Some people might disagree with that strategy, but I did it on purpose. I did it because if there was any major issues, I didn't want them to be the first ones to find out when they're streaming the game live or recording and then run into these issues, and then that's the first impression that gets put out to their audience is the game crashes or some weird glitch happens. like I said, I know there's a minor bug that I got to deal with, and it's there's a minor bug I got to deal with, but overall the game's pretty stable. And like I said, no one's complained so far about any major issues they've ran into. So I'm feeling good about starting the process of reaching out to YouTubers and other content creators, and we'll see how that pans out, because I think that's going to be my number one way of increasing the audience and boosting the marketing for Risk and Riches. Another thing I wanted to go over was the playtest. I've had a private playtest on Steam for a few weeks now, probably about a month, and I kept it private. I thought about doing a public playtest. Now there's the public demo, so hopefully some folks will give some feedback on the demo. I think I'll keep the playtest private still, because it allows me to do a little bit more with it in the future. I got 50 keys for the playtest. I only gave out 15 of them. Of the 15, only 10 of them were ever redeemed, and they downloaded and played the playtest. I think there's a lesson in that. The people I've been giving keys to so far have been friends and friends of friends, so still kind of a smaller circle. With the demo being public now, it broadens who's potentially giving feedback quite a bit. Definitely need to get the early feedback. I had people play testing builds before the game was on Steam, and with friends and family, you got to be careful because they're going to be biased in their feedback. They don't want to give you brutally honest. Luckily, I have a couple friends that are more willing to be brutally honest, and so I got some early feedback for things to fix. I also got some early feedback when I did my first alpha trailer. One of the things that somebody said was about the consistency in art. And I know Risk and Riches, I'm not an artist, it's not going to win any art awards, but now at least everything is consistent. I was scaling sprites and it was causing pixels to get multiplied and look larger. And anyways, went back, redid them. Now everything at least is consistent. And I think looks decent. Most people, don't have any major issues with the art, but again, not an artist. But the gameplay is solid. So with the 15 to 10 though, one of the things I wanted to say about that is, these people they're volunteering their time. I don't have paid play testers, at least not right now, and you can't get angry if people don't have the time to sit down and play the game, or play it as long as you'd like, or give you as much detailed feedback as you would like. They're volunteers. Now, 54 minutes was the median play time of the 10 people who played, which is significantly longer than the 30-minute median play time for the demo, which is what I would expect. For the people who did play test the game, they took it seriously. They played it for quite a while. Most of them gave me feedback. There were a few who played but never actually gave feedback. And I had a Google form where I had them fill out and give some, try and probe for particulars that I was looking for. But I got just general feedback as well. And so playtest, I think, was very helpful. I would encourage anybody to have a playtest. I'm going to talk about how to set one up in a bit here. On Steam, if you're using Steam, Steam has a playtest feature that you can have a separate build, and so it's not keys for your actual application. It's for a playtest build, which is handled separately. And yeah, those are the numbers for the playtest. I thought it was helpful. And for anybody that's interested in taking part in the playtest, right now the playtest has a little bit more than the actual demo. It has a new character called the Gunslinger, and it has a couple of the difficulty levels. The first 3 levels are in there as well. You can go to growlergames.com, fill out the contact form, and just say you're interested in being part of the playtest, and I'll send you a key. Make sure you include your email though, so that I know where to send it, because the form doesn't require you to give an email. That doesn't automatically register you for an email list or anything, although if you're interested in that, you can fill out a form on Growler Games for that as well, and I'll leave a link for the contact form and just Growler Games in the description. And that's what I got for this one. I was going to do a bit more, but this video ran far longer than I had anticipated. That's one of the problems you can encounter when doing it free form and not scripted very strictly. But my name is Peter. Once again, I am the sole developer behind Growler Games. I do a video once or twice a month documenting the progress on my current projects, which right now is Risk and Riches, as well as the development of my studio, Growler Games. Started in January and hoping to build it into something bigger in the years to come. So to join me on that journey, please make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.